What's going on, everybody? It's your boy the Long Island Fish Guy here, and it's gonna be a new year and a new me because I purchased a new tank at PetSmart. Got an absolutely incredible deal. Got a friend already buying this 65 gallon, so you know what time it is. It's time to transfer those fish into this tank. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So I have all of the fish out of the 65 right now. The tank is just draining down to get rid of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the sand in here and move the tank with the sand in, just because I don't really have anywhere to put it. Also, I want to escape the tank with no water in it or with very little water on the 75 gallon. I have all of the rocks, driftwood, and plants in this bucket right here. It's a 5-gallon bucket. I put a little bit of tank water in there and filled it up. Very surprised at the rooting system of the plants, how quickly they've grown. And I have all the fish in here with my heater and my filter. They're all basically hiding out, but they all seem pretty well and fine. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And yeah, the reason why I really wanted to switch over to these tanks was because of the dimensions. The 65 gallon is 3 feet long and 24 inches wide. The 75 is a little bit longer, so for fish like cichlids it's a little better, especially when they get big and beefy. The guy who I'm selling this tank to, he has a bluegill, and bluegill typically like to swim towards the top of the tank, so this tank's gonna work out pretty well for him, especially for the stock that he keeps and everything. This tank works for certain stocking. South American cichlids, not exactly. Also South African cichlids, this would be a good tank for, since they have a lot of up and down movement. But I will let you guys know the next update. It's probably the last look at the 65. It's a little messy down here just because of everything going on, but okay, the 65 gallons out, 75 gallon is in. There's the 125. Got a little bit of space here still, which is very important, which is what I wanted. The space is a little bit cut off there, but I mean, what do I really need that space for? I basically, in that Sun box, I basically store like a lot of like miscellaneous stuff. If you remember my Sun. I'm actually going to be doing a video on this soon. On that Sun filter. It's a canister. Regardless, this is a Marineland 75. It's my first Marineland tank. I got a sweet deal on it because there were some not defects, but some flaws in the tank. For example, there's a little chip here. The tops, which I can't locate right now. Anyways, the guy who installed them put better explain this here. Where this comes up here, he flipped it. So this, where you hold onto it, is actually in the back here. So it's a little frustrating, but I'm gonna contact Marineland about that. Also, I just realized the plug for the LED that came with this tank, which I obviously did not plan on even using. There's no plug for it, so I have to contact Marineland about that too. So obviously going with the black background on there too. All my tanks have black backgrounds. Even my 10-gallon quarantine. But I'm gonna throw some sand in there, decorate the tank a little bit, put some water in, get the tank ready, and then put this in. I took a little break to eat lunch, and I've already been doing this for a little bit over an hour. So I've been, things moving pretty quickly. I thought this was gonna take me like 3 to 4 hours, but I'm very far ahead of schedule. So see me in a little bit. So we encountered a little bit of a problem. As I was filling up this tank, not filling it up, but adding sand into it, I realized that the tank doesn't sit flush on here. So like, I have my hand up here and I'm just putting pressure on it like this. Let me see if I can get this as sturdy as possible. So there's actually a little give there. And I guess I didn't realize that in the store. So actually, I just called up the store and see the PetSmart I went to, they were price matching it for me, and this was the only one they had left. So I got the last one, which is like a floor model type thing. And so I'm actually gonna go to another PetSmart now and try and swap it out. I'm just a little disappointed, especially now I have to fill these buckets back up with sand because this tank is super heavy and I don't want to, you know, break the seams or anything like that. But I'm still disappointed, and now I have to have the fish sit into that container over there for a little bit longer, and obviously it's not a good thing, but we'll see what happens. It's, you know, it's better to do it, you know, right the first time than in, you know, 2 or 3 years from now, having this tank burst and do all that bad shit. So hopefully I have better news for you guys next time I see you. All right, guys, so it is actually, unfortunately, a few hours later. I had to go to PetSmart. I got a new stand here. It is completely flush with the tank, so I won't have any issues in regards to the seams bursting or anything like that. This little educational lesson: if you don't have the tank completely flush on the bottom, for example, this tank's a little different because it sits inside the tank, inside the stand. But if your tank isn't actually flush on here, you can run into some serious issues. The 4 most important points, obviously, are the corners of the tank, the neck spot being the center. So if you have uneven pressure on any of those 4 points specifically, you're gonna, you know, whether it's a year, 6 months, or even 10 years, you're gonna have some serious issues. You're gonna have either the tank burst, you're gonna have a seam give out, or, you know, something along those lines, and everything equals 75 gallons on the floor and potentially dead fish. So what I'm gonna do, I'm getting kind of towards the top here. I'd say I probably have about, I don't know, probably just over 50 gallons in the tank. This here is a 30-gallon tub. So I'm gonna go ahead, and the water is very yellow just from the tannins. So the color difference. That's kind of like a limeish green. That's almost like a dark brown, but like, look at this tank. This tank leaks no tannins because all that wood has been in there for a while. So there's the color difference because I added that new this big piece, which leaks out like crazy. But again, I'm gonna turn off this water now. Next update you see here, you'll see the new tank. I kind of escaped it quickly. It's a nice, you can't see it. And the reason why you can't really see the water looks very cloudy is because my water is very oxidized. So it's not because of bad water or anything like that. It's just very oxidized water. As you can see, there's a lot of air bubbles coming out. So nothing negative. After 5 minutes, you won't see it. I won't give any like 1 day or 2 day update. I will as a separate video, but in this video, everything will be that's done tonight. And that's gonna be it. There's actually a new piece of wood right there that you'll see a much better shot of in a few minutes. Alright guys, so this is gonna be the last video I shoot regarding this 75 gallon. The 65 is, oh look, there's friends. The 65 is right over there. I did the best I could in regards to getting all the sand out, but I'm gonna keep going. It's a little bit wet, so maybe when it dries up I could get more of that sand out. But regardless, here is the 75. They're all the fish in here are doing pretty well. I'm gonna shoot a follow-up video probably within the next few days. The fish are looking pretty good. You know, the gravel has kind of, or the sand rather, has been settling down. So here's my dilemma. So I purchased basically the floor model. Again, I got a really good deal on this. They actually took 1% off because if you look here, this should be over here. And I was actually bringing it to PetSmart when I was bringing this back, and it actually one of them shattered in the car, and they couldn't swap out just one of them. So, I mean, the only fish that really jumps a little bit is the peacock bass here. But these are the brine shrimps I always feed the peacock bass. I'll give you guys a little sample of a little video I want to shoot. Come here. Come here. Come on. He is a great eater. He's looking at me on the other side. Here we go. I have to break this up a little bit. There it is. Wow. Not eating that great, but I'm a little surprised. It's not really like him. But also at the same time, he hit a big move. He actually just ate before, which is why I kind of reminded myself that I need to take this video. Let's see if he eats right now. Wow, he's a little slow. But it's okay. The video is coming. But again, this is just like a first impression type thing. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I think the tank's going to be really great. It's going to allow me to do what I want to do with this tank. Ultimately, the 65 didn't allow me to do that. I'm a cichlid guy, a South American cichlid guy, Central American cichlid guy, and you know, with that 65 gallon didn't really let me do what I needed to do. So moving forward with this tank, I just ordered a new light on Amazon. I like using this light. Oh, my tops are open right now because I'm about to feed the Nice Crew LEDs. It does great for plants. I mean, specifically, even look at this. Like, this plant was one plant, and it's now budded into like 4 there. And the same thing for this side. So, I mean, I love these lights. The guy who's getting the new tank is actually going to be getting that as well. Right there. But, yeah. Also, for that 75 gallon, a good reason as to why I wanted to upgrade to that too is this Green Terror. I don't think I'm going to be adding him to the 25. I don't want to say ever, but this tank right now is basically at its cap for stock. If anything, I'd remove a fish or 2 from here. As everything grows, it's going to get a little crowded. So I'm thinking about maybe moving the fire mouth out or something along those lines. But again, 75 is up and running. Everyone's looking good. Tank is getting settled. Be on the lookout for an update within the next few days. I just want everything to basically settle. I'll get the both tops. I'm going to call it Marine Land, see what they can do. If not, I'll have to buy it. And I want to wait till I get my light, and you'll see the good established setup tank. In regards to also filtration, before I let everyone go, this filter has always been on and going. I know it's very up in the air with, cycled tanks or cycled filters. I'm from the belief system that as long as you have filtered media, that's established, it's basically you can do an instant cycle, and the tank will basically not a lot of beneficial bacteria is stored in the actual tank itself. Very little, even if the plants and the wood that were in the 65 are also in this tank as well. So the actual walls of the tank aren't exactly established, but the decorations and the filter in here too. So I wouldn't really project any sort of ammonia or nitrite issues. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy the new setup here. Be on the lookout. It's going to be a great setup. I do again want to keep posting more videos, so be on the lookout also for this 125. I do absolutely love this tank. I love all my tanks, but this probably is my favorite. There's never anything really to talk about, just because there's not many changes that happen here. I look at these fish not as like like a revolving tank. Like this specific tank, the stock in it I absolutely love, and there's not really anything changing. I can't add more fish to a tank like this because it's again at its cap probably with stocking, if not a little bit on the overstock side. This tank again it's easy to shoot videos because it's kind of always changing. It's always looked at as almost like a grow out tank. But again, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Say goodbye to the 75.